get a roll call, please?
Hendrickson?
Here.
Kenny?
Here.
Malat?
Here.
Reed?
Here.
Rule?
Here.
Tome?
Here. Thank you. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting has been noticed in accordance with all state statutes and local ordinances. On to number 4, which is to approve the agenda. Unless there's any alterations or deletions, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is approved. On to correspondence and communications. We have on our agenda the 2018 Columbus Sewer Utility Rate Study, Village of Fall River, just to show that there's been a correspondence from the Village of Fall River that's contained in your packet. So they are not here to speak in person, but wanted to include that information to the council as we move forward with that item. Was there anyone else present that wished to speak under citizen comment that didn't get a chance to sign up? Seeing none, we'll move on then to the consent agenda. The consent agenda, we have the council minutes for November 7th, Cable Commission minutes from September 25th and October 16th, HLPC minutes from November 8th, Recreation minutes from June 28th and August 30th, Tourism Commission minutes from October 11th, Treasurer's Report for October 2017, Water and Light meeting minutes for October 12th, and street closing request for the Columbus Downtown Development Corporation Holiday Parade, November 25th, 2017, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., which would travel through School Street to Ludington to East Mill and to Spring Street to Dickinson Boulevard and end at the library for the holiday tree lighting. Was there any wish to separate any of those items on the consent agenda? If none, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the consent agenda is approved. There is no unfinished business this evening, so we'll move on to new business. Number 1, consider and take action on the snow plowing agreement for Summit Court for 2017 and 2018 plowing season. This is an item that went through Committee of the Whole for discussion. It's essentially annual housekeeping, no cost to the city to do snow removal on Summit Court. Any questions on this? If there are no questions, I'll take a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve the snow plowing agreement for Summer Court for 2017 and 2018.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the snowplow agreement for Summit Court for 2017 and 18. Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. On to number 2, consider and take action on the additional cost to the Rest Haven roof. I think there's information in the packet. This went through the Committee of the Whole for discussion. There were some extra expenses for the contractor repairing the Rest Haven roof, and I think they totaled $890.18. Any questions on that? Matt?
I guess the kind of question I had was, it looks like the recommendation for council is to approve the amount for $490. 2 points. One, city does not pay tax, correct? Okay, I guess I'm assuming that's the combination of the tax and the materials, doing quick math. And then 2, we were discussing whether or not we were going to pay for both the rental and the materials. And I don't remember quite what we ended up with that, but I thought people were leaning more towards paying for both. I wanted to check and see what the consensus was with everybody before we make this decision.
Did you say that the total without tax then would be $865? Is that what you
Well,
said?
if it's just materials, it'd be the $464.63, and the rental itself was a flat $400. And the recommendation was to pay an amount of $490 I guess if we aren't paying tax, that's something to be taken into consideration. And then, like I said, I wasn't sure if we had just kind of settled on paying for everything or not.
Yeah, I think I remember the discussion centering around the fact that we had requested the certain roof. This was the only supplier. The supplier caused some of the delay and extra materials that were needed. And I think I was in favor of paying the entire invoice. Your tax comment, though, is appreciated, so it's a good point.
That's what I thought we kind of know was.
Yeah.
At first, I was thinking not to pay for the rental. And I think you were kind of talking about that, and then it seemed like everybody else was kind of on board with the idea of just, we asked for the special material, and it is what it was, and it was a cost incurred by him, so we should pay for both Part A and Part B, if you will, of his request, which I would be in favor of, I think, at all things being equal, minus the tax. Let's see how fast Patrick can calculate this.
Yep. Trina?
Oh, I'm pretty comfortable with paying both of them. I feel like it was really unexpected on the roofer's end and really not his fault, although it obviously wasn't, it's really not the city's problem per se, but I feel like he made a strong effort, did quality work, and that we should go on and pay the full requested amount. And I'm also assuming that he has to pay tax for his materials, since he is not a city or school, that really is part of his expense.
Rod?
If they overestimated, would we be getting money back from them? If it took 10 hours less, would we be getting a refund? Contract's a contract, I think.
We talked about this at the committee of the whole. There was a provision in the contract for over and above the quoted
Oh, is there?
number. Well, I mean, you can issue a change order for any job, I guess, if there's additional expenses. And as I noted on this invoice too, the removal of the B vent and the roof patch, there was no charge. That's something the contractor could have easily charged us for and decided not to. So I think they're just trying to get the cost of the actual materials reimbursed to them. That's my sense anyway. Reagan, did you have a question?
No, I just had to say I was in favor, and my recollection was similar to Regan's, which is I thought we were going to approve the rental and the material costs. And I would jump on board with Trina, which is to say, as far as including the sales tax, yes, we're a non-sales tax entity, but we're reimbursing the contractor, so I think it's part and parcel. And I would be in favor of the full kit and caboodle at $890.
All right. Any further questions? I'll entertain any motions.
I'll make a motion to approve payment to the contractor in the amount of $890.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the additional cost to the Rest Haven roof project in the amount of $890. Any questions on that? If none, we better take a roll call on that.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat,
No.
Reed,
Aye.
Rule,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
carried 4-1.
All right, thank you. On to number 3, which is consider and take action on a MOU with the Columbia County Health and Human Services for the nutrition site. This is something that we do annually. It's the agreement between us and the county for the meal site to be at the senior center. Pretty much no changes between this year and last year. Went through the committee of the whole for discussion. Unless there's any questions, I'll take a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve the MOU with Columbia County Health and Human Services for the nutrition site.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on that motion? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Number 4, consider and take action on the recommendation from the Plan Commission regarding a conditional use permit request from Capital B Supply to house honeybee colonies at 200 and 224 Commercial Drive. Being on the Plan Commission, I guess I can help answer any questions if there are any. It was limited to 5 honeybee colonies, which is, I believe, what they were requesting in their permit. Normally, honeybees are not allowed in the city. That's the need for the conditional use here. If there are any questions, we do have the party present as well, but. Rod?
Honeybees are not allowed in the city?
Beehives.
Is that an ordinance? Really? Huh, okay.
Any further questions? If none, I'll take a motion to. Matt, did you have a question?
I'd say motion to approve, I'm trying to find my wording here. Motion to approve the recommendation of the Plan Commission regarding the conditional use permit request by Capital B Supply to house honeybee colonies at 200 and 224 Commercial Drive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit request from Capital B Supply to house honeybee colonies at 200 and 224 Commercial Drive, 5 honeybee colonies to be exact. Any further discussion on that motion? If none, let's take a roll call, please, on that, Pat.
Malat,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Rule,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
unanimous.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good luck. All right, on to number 5 then, which is consider and take action on Resolution 23-17, a resolution authorizing the DOT to establish a bikeway or pedestrian way on State Highway 89. This was discussed at the Committee of the Whole. We were waiting for a draft resolution to come forward, which would need approval before the Department of Transportation could include the bike lanes in the project. Any further questions on this?
Michael?
Yes.
Just quickly, yeah, as you pointed out, the memo that's in the agenda, the regular agenda, was intended for the cow, for items we'll be talking about related to 89, but just so there isn't any confusion.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yep.
If there are no further questions, I'll take a motion to approve Resolution 23-17.
Motion to approve Resolution 23-17.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 23-17, authorizing the DOT to establish a bikeway or pedestrian way on the State Highway 89 project. Any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Sorry,
Aye.
request a roll call.
Oh, okay. Pat, could you take a roll?
Yep. Reed,
Aye.
Rule,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Abstain.
Malat,
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. On to number 6, consider and take action on an employment agreement with the city administrator. Following discussions at the November 14th City Council workshop, we have some attachments in our packet here outlining our contract with Patrick. This wage adjustment would be retroactive, from my understanding, going back to May of 2016. Is that correct? Or 2017?
May 20th, 2017.
Okay. Any questions from the council? Regan?
I just had a quick question, which I just want to make sure we're taking care of Patrick in full here. And I see the end date is November 21, 2017. And I was wondering, were we supposed to carry it through the calendar year? That lump sum payment, I mean?
Are you referencing just the beginning, or, oh,
So
oh, yeah.
section 2 under salary, we've got the term to be covered as May 20th, 2017 through today. And I was thinking we were trying to cover you through the calendar year.
Well,
Or,
my thinking is that's the retroactive period.
mm-hmm.
And
Oh, okay,
going
so then it
forward-
adjusts go for.
Right,
Very good.
right.
Thank you.
Good question. Any other questions on this? If none, I'll entertain any motions.
Motion to approve the employment agreement with the city administrator.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the employment agreement with the city administrator. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, we better take a roll call on that.
Rule,
Aye.
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat,
Aye.
Reed. Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 7 then is consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for, I have Tracy Bussey, Nicole Rasmussen, Amanda Cantafio, Linda Jordan, and Noah O'Brien. Were there any others, Pat? besides those?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Unless there's any questions from the council, I'll entertain a motion to approve those operators licenses.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator licenses.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the operator licenses for Tracy Bussey, Nicole Rasmussen, Amanda Cantafio, Linda Jordan, Noah O'Brien. Unless there's any other questions, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Then on to number 8, consider and take action on the claims in the amount of $187,273.07. Any questions on the claims? If there are no questions on the claims, I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the claims packet as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the city claims in the amount of $187,273.07. Any questions on that? If none, Pat, could you please take a roll?
Hendrickson,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Malat,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Rule.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. On to report of city officers. If you don't mind, I'll jump in. I've got mostly holiday-related items here, reminders for upcoming events. Let's see here. First off, this Friday, November 24th, 7 p.m., there's the holiday parade and tree lighting. The parade will be on Dickinson Boulevard, end up at the Columbus Public Library lawn where the tree will be lit with the assistance of Santa. Also on Saturday, November 25th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., we have the Small Business Saturday Open House at the Columbus Area Senior Center. The Wine Walk on Saturday, November 25th, which is reported as sold out. So that seems to be growing in popularity every year. I wonder why. The Winter Story Walk, November 24th through January 2nd, which is going to be present in downtown business windows. The Holiday Train Warm-Up, which will precede the Holiday Train Sunday, December 3rd. The train will be arriving in Columbus at approximately 9:05 p.m., put on a show till about 9:45 p.m., and there will be other events wrapped around that, including the train warm-up at the Columbus Area Senior Center, where there will be movies and activities for kids to stay warm. I believe that starts at 7:30. Santa will be there 7:30 to 8:30, so that kicks off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Along with that, there's also breakfast with Santa at the Fireman's Pavilion on Saturday, December 2nd from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's a family event, free for kids 11 and under. Otherwise, it's $5 for adults. Includes some goodies for the kids and a photo opportunity with Santa. As far as holiday-related events, I think that's about it, but I did want to take a moment just to thank Pat for all your help here, stepping up since Ann's retirement, and I know it's been additional work for you serving as, interim city clerk, but thank you so much for your efforts. So, thank you. Patrick?
Okay, continuing the theme on personnel, sitting next to Pat is our new city clerk, Megan Mona, if you haven't met her yet. So folks at home, get used to the face, I hope. 40 years, we'll see.
4 or 40?
Well, otherwise, the other vacant position that we've had for a while is the Director of Planning and Development, which I'm happy to announce that Matt Schreiber has accepted an offer to become that next Director of Planning and Development. He will start next month, so very excited to bring him on board as well. And then just a note for the public, leaf collection, DPW is ongoing. this week yet, and possibly next week if the snow doesn't come first, which we hope it doesn't. And finally, we didn't learn this until today, but yesterday was the state declared Snowplow Driver Appreciation Day. So we appreciate our drivers every day. So I'll just note that, and I'm sure our guys are geared up and ready to go for another winter. So thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. One thing I forgot to mention too, found this walking in, but this is the first edition of the Columbus Commotion, an effort that Amy Jo and Cindy Fessmeyer and Kim from the Senior Center have been working on, and I believe this is going to be a seasonal publication that encompasses all the different activities happening around Columbus. So congratulations on their first edition, and thanks for all the work on that too. So did anyone up here have anything?
How will people be receiving those?
I don't know if they have the locations listed in here or not, but I think they're going to be spread throughout the community where you pick up normal stuff like this. Yeah, I'm assuming that the library and the senior center and city hall are going to provide them. Possibly the hospital had something to do with this as well. So it's a good question to ask Amy Jo. Anything else? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, we stand adjourned. We'll return in a few minutes for the committee of the whole meeting. Thank you.